It's been a long day's night since I uploaded a video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. It has been a minute since I've uploaded a video, and as you all know, I have a lot of mental issues. I've been dealing with it, creative rut mixed with mental stuff. We're moving past that for now because today we are going to be talking about what my goals are for 2021. In regards mostly to traditional publishing slash writing slash YouTube, most of these goals will be related to those three things because that's what you're here for, right? That's what you love. Why does it sound extra echoey in here? We like rearranged the apartment and I'm facing a different direction now and it feels extra echoey. Also, do you see my plants? I picked this spot because I was hoping you'd see my plants. Lizelle and Lindsay, am I doing well? Let's just get right into it. I know I've been gone for a while, and so let's talk about YouTube goals first. In the new year, I know I've said this many times, and I apologize. I really am trying to get better about a lot of things stemming from my mental health. I'm trying to get better. So in the new year, my goal, my firm goal, is to upload at least one video a week. Probably only be one video a week. There might be occasional 2 videos a week, but mostly one video a week. And I am gonna be bringing back probably, most likely, I'm like 95% sure gonna be bringing back the weekly writing vlogs. And because I plan on doing that weekly, hence weekly writing vlogs, that's how the other second video will sometimes pepper in, because I at least want to be doing the one writing vlog a week. Because when it really comes down to it, that's what I really enjoyed about, I mean, I enjoy a lot of things about AuthorTube, but that's my favorite kind of video to make, is the is the writing vlogs. I really like vlogging my writing experience. That is what drew me into AuthorTube, and that is what I want to continue to produce. I will, like I said, do other sit-down videos kind of like this one, but it'll mostly be writing vlogs. Yeah. And on top of that, I want to get better about my vlogging. I feel like in the past, it's been a little all over the place, and I kind of just want to put more of like an aesthetic on it, or like, I don't really know what exactly I'm going for yet, but like I want it to feel like me. And I don't want my vlogs to just kind of blend in with all the other ones and be like kind of boring. Not saying other people's are boring, but I don't want you to just, I don't want you to be bored while you're watching it, and I don't want you to just blend in with everyone else's. So I want to kind of try and put like my aesthetic, whatever that is, and just more editing and creativity into the vlogs and things I can incorporate, like maybe more other life things that are happening while writing, but still mostly writing vlogs. Kind of like Books and Lala, where like hers are reading vlogs, but she still incorporates some of her life sometimes. I'm thinking it's something along the lines of that, but I definitely want to put my own spin and aesthetic on things. So like when you're watching a vlog, you're like, that's a Kevin vlog. A Kevin the Writer, a Kevinlandia. I've gone by many names, as we all know. And my other thing for YouTube is I would really, I didn't want to put an arbitrary number on this at first, my subscriber count, but I always think it's just like kind of fun to reach for something. And whether or not I hit it, I'm not gonna be devastated or like whatever, but I still think it would be nice to strive for something. And my goal is in 2021 to hit 3,000 subscribers. Now, I originally hoped to hit 2,500 by the end of this last year. I guess when you're watching this is 2021, which is so weird. We all know this has been like the worst year ever. Last year was, this year's gonna be better. Knock on wood. That's like compressed wood, but it still counts, right? I just am hoping to hit the 3,000. I know that's not much more than where I'm at now, but I'm okay with slow growth as long as I'm fostering this community, which is what I feel I have done and want to continue to do with things like Thirsty Thursday with my sister Laura Writes. We do alternating writing sprints on each other's channels on Thursdays. If you're new here, you don't know about that, but that's what we do. And I really like the community aspect and the community I've been building around this channel. So I'm okay with slower growth as long as it's people that actually like my content. Like a vanity number, which I guess 3,000 is a vanity number, but like I don't need 300,000 people if only 200 people watch me. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather it be people that actually enjoy my content rather than just like bots or something. I don't know. I'm rambling, but do you know what I mean? I'm hoping for like around 3,000. I think that's doable. I think it's like 600 and something subscribers more by the end of the year, by the end of this upcoming year. Fingers crossed for that. That's it for YouTube. Like I just want to be more consistent. I want to put more of my own style and spin on my videos and just grow a little bit. I'm okay with just a little bit. It would be nice. Also, I mean, that sounds stupid, but I really want some new like YouTube equipment. There's this new camera I really want, but I absolutely 100% do not need it. Like I have a Canon G7X Mark II. It works fine. I have no reason to get a new one, but like I want it so bad, and I just am like looking at it and I'm just like, but what if I just bought it? But I don't need it. Like that's like, I don't need it, right? I don't need it. And like there's this mic I want to get, but I can't use it on this camera because Canon G7X Mark II doesn't have an outro input. There's so much like YouTube like things I'd like to buy, but can't justify those spends, especially in this year of our Lord. Well, it's 2021 now, so maybe I can justify it in 2021. Moving on from YouTube goals is traditional publishing goals. Now, this is a little bit clickbaity in the title because it is in regards to traditional publishing because that is the path I'm on. If you're new here, you do not know, I do have an agent named Rena Rossner from the Deborah Harris agency. And so I am on the path to become traditionally published, but like these are kind of goals that, well, the first one at least, I don't really have control over. So for the past 2 years, I've made this same goal, and it is to sell a book. Now, I've done all I can with my current books. That includes the 2 books I wrote before I got on AuthorTube and the Witch book, which if you guys don't know, if you guys maybe missed my last video or whatever, or live shows, that book is on submission now, and it's been on submission for a couple months. We have not heard anything yet, but I wasn't really expecting to before the new year because it's like getting towards the end of the year where people start to wind down and things. So that's something that will be exciting in the new year. Watch my journey to see if something happens. I'd like to sell a book. Again, this is not really in my control because I've done as much as I can in traditional publishing. It is now up to my agent and editors that would potentially want to buy it. And I can't kind of like force that to happen. It either will or it won't. But it would be nice to sell a book. I've said this for 2 years now. I've been saying it for longer, but 2 years on YouTube. So it would be nice to sell a book. But I was gonna say it's not the end of the world, but like that's kind of what I'm here for, right? I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'll keep trying until it happens. Like, it would just be nice if it would happen, you know? Also, isn't it weird that almost all the blonde's out of my hair now? Do you remember when I bleached it? That was a mistake. That was early quarantine days. And my next goal in traditional publishing, like again, like I said, this is a little clickbaity, is because it is in regards to traditional publishing. I am currently have been working behind the scenes, aka not on YouTube, plotting out a middle grade graphic novel script. And I've never done this before. I've never written a graphic novel, let alone a middle grade one. I've actually never written a middle grade novel, so I don't actually know if I'm gonna be any good at this or if the script's gonna be good or anything, but that is currently what I'm outlining and working on. Now, my boyfriend, Damien Alexander, I'll link his stuff below, like his Goodreads page. He does have a graphic middle grade memoir coming out. And so any questions I have, I can go to him, and he's helping me with a lot of things. Like, he's basically helped me with everything so far. I really want to finish that because I haven't actually started drafting yet. I'm still outlining it, and I'm getting really in-depth with my outlines now. Laura from Laura Writes again has really helped me planning and outlining and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to, in the first quarter of the year, the new year, finish the outline and begin writing it. I don't know how long it's gonna take me because graphic novels, middle grade graphic novels can be anywhere between like 5,000 and 10,000 words. Because mine's kind of like a fantasy adventure, I mean, it's contemporary fantasy adventure, I'm thinking it'll be around 10,000 words because a lot of the story is told with pictures. I still have to write out like what's happening in the pictures. That adds the word count too, but I'm hoping to have started writing that in the first quarter. Maybe finish it by summer. I don't know, because I've never written one before, so I actually have no idea how many times I'm gonna have to revise it and blah, blah, blah. So maybe at least a first draft by summer. But my goal is to have that completely plotted and on sub. Potentially, I don't know, maybe I'll send it to my agent and she's like, girl, this is so bad, you need to stop trying. Most likely she won't. She's never done that to anything else. But by the end of the year, I'd like it to be on sub. By the end of 2021. I mean, it would be cool if it was like on sub by like end of summer, but I don't, because I've never done this before, this is a book genre and style I've never written. I have absolutely no idea how long it's gonna take, so it's kind of arbitrary. I mean, all of this is arbitrary, right? But that's my goal, to be on sub by the end of the year, because I think that's good, right? Like a year, I should be able to figure this out in a year. We'll see. Now, on top of that, I would really like, okay, I watch a lot of author tubers who really inspire me, who write a lot, and I'm just like super inspired by it. There's lots. I would have to name lots of people. And while I don't want to churn out books just to churn out books because I want to be like them, they do inspire me to write more. So I have been trying to get traditionally published now for 4 years, and I haven't done it. My third book ever just went on sub. Third book on sub. I've written more than 3 books, but my third book on sub just went on sub. So for like the first 4 years, basically, I only had 2 books on sub because I finished those first 2 books within a year of signing with my agent and then didn't write anything else for a few years. That came down to my mental health, like always, and just feeling really down about publishing and not really having a community. This is before I joined AuthorTube, and I'm hoping in this new year to, alongside the middle grade graphic novel on sub, I'd like to get another book on sub. Now there's a caveat to, not a caveat, but there's a wrench in this plan. I don't know what I want the next book to be. I'm really struggling with, which this leads into my next goal as well, figuring out what kind of writer I want to be. Because when it comes to young adult, people often choose contemporary or fantasy / sci-fi, blah, blah, blah. You know, they have like a lane, right? And I don't know, like, do I want to be a contemporary YA writer or do I want to be a fantasy YA writer? And this is something I'm kind of struggling with, trying to figure out right now. So I don't actually know what the next book I'm going to work on is going to be. It was going to be The French Money Pit, which is a book I was working on a long time ago on this channel. If I go with contemporary, that's what I'm going to work on. But like long term, I don't know what I want my career to look like as a YA author. And so I don't know what I'm going to work on next after the middle grade book. So that's something I'm kind of struggling with right now and trying to figure out, like, who am I as a writer? Because when it comes to like middle grade, I could write fantasy middle grade, but then write contemporary young adult like that. I'm really worried about, but like in the genre young adult, what do I want to write? Because I do have ideas for adult fantasy books. I don't really have any ideas for adult contemporaries except for the adult romance, which I tried writing, and maybe someday I will make a whole video about why that's just not happening right now. But when it comes to adult, I would want to write fantasy. Like that is something I know hard and fast. Like I'm really into adult fantasy, like high fantasy, courts, kings. And you think that would bleed into young adult stuff, but the thing is, I also really love young adult contemporaries. Adult ones are like, take them or leave them for me, but like young adult contemporaries, I do love. I'm reading Grown right now. So good, so good. I mean, it's really disturbing, but it's good. So I love contemporaries, right? I love the fluffy rom-coms. I love the like hard-hitting ones that have like serious subjects, but I don't know, like, so that's why I'm like kind of like, which one do I go with? So my adult tastes don't necessarily bleed into my young adult taste. And so in the new year, I'd like to figure out what I want to do as an author going forward, writer slash author going forward, and like what my plan is. And based off that, once I decide, will be what the next book is I work on, which is another reason why I'm not like trying to rush, which you should never rush just for the sake of rushing. But that's another reason why I'm not rushing through or like worried about the timeline for the middle grade, because I don't know what I'm gonna be working on next. So like, there's no reason to like slam it out. So that's my goals. That's my goals for traditional publishing and for YouTube. Besides those two things, I mean, I have some other goals just for me personally in the new year, but not necessarily things that pertain to what you're watching. So like, do you care? I don't know. One of my big goals for the new year is to keep growing my Etsy slash small business. And I finished the rebrand of that in the last couple months. It is now Kavoy Designs, which Kavoy is just Kevin Savoy. It's my name, you know, and I'd like to keep growing that. I finally made a TikTok for it. I'm enjoying that. If you want to follow any of my business stuff, I'll link it all below. I would love you so much if you did. Like, there's a TikTok and Instagram. I love you. I love you forever. You don't have to make it. You don't have to make a purchase to support a small business. You can just follow and like. That would be awesome. So I'm gonna link that stuff below. If you want to help me, that's another goal that's outside writing and YouTube, is to just keep growing that business, because it is something I'm really passionate about. I really enjoy doing. It's stressful sometimes, just like writing. Like, I enjoy writing, but it's also stressful sometimes. You know, when I first started recording this video, I was a little worried. I was like, am I gonna get back in this groove of like recording after so long? I'm talking like slow and weird, and I've gotten right back into it. Okay, I'm talking so fast. We know this. I'm a fast talker. I'm sorry, but I'd like to grow Kavoy this year, or Kevoy if you want to be fancy. And that's my goals for this new year. I mean, I have some other ones, like I'd like to be healthier in the new year, stuff like that, like the run-of-the-mill things, but that's the things that you probably care about, right? Yeah, that's it. What are your guys' goals for the new year? Do you have any exciting ones? Are they like just to be healthier? Like that's another like kind of vague one, which I probably should get something more concrete to like, meh. But do you have any like goals like he's eating his own butt, perv. Oh, I just remembered another thing on YouTube I would like to do in the new year is I want to go back to my back catalog and I want to close caption everything I've uploaded that's not been closed captioned, as well as everything going forward I want to close caption, because it is something I want to do for my channel, is to make it more accessible to people that, you know, need closed captioning. So I am going to do that. I've actually made a list in my planner of all the videos I need to go through. Let me tell you, I have way more videos than I thought. I have so many. And this is gonna be a slow process. It's gonna take me a very long time, so I'm sorry for anyone that may need those. I'm working on it. I know that the automated ones, they're not the greatest, but like the ones I've worked on so far, for the most part, they do catch on what I'm saying. So until I actually go through, you'll see a CC at the end of any title for any video that I've finished. So those ones you'll know that I did personally, but the automated ones aren't the greatest, but they're a little bit. It's a little confusing because like it used to auto do it so I could go in and edit it before it went live, and now I think it only does it once it goes live. So it's a little confusing. I need to figure some stuff out on the back end, but I will be closed captioning all my videos going forward. That's another thing I want to do on YouTube in the new year, is just make sure all my old backlog and my future log is all closed captions, so that anyone can enjoy it that needs to. And yeah, okay, that's it. So what are your goals? Comment below, let me know. And that is it. Okay, and I love you so much. Goodbye.